Good day class, this is Teacher Gerard and welcome to Learning Science is Fun. For today's lesson, we will talk about the human sense organ. At the end of the lesson, the students are expected to first identify the parts and function of the sense organs of the human body. Number 2, reflect on the importance of taking care of the sense organs by identifying its proper health habits and practices. And number 3, illustrate the different sense organs of the human body. Before we proceed to our new lesson, let us first have a review. So, who wants to review our previous lesson? Anyone? Okay, very good. Our previous lesson is all about matter. So, what is matter? Okay, thank you, good job. So, matter is all about anything that has weight and takes up space. Everything you can see and touch is made up of matter. So, can anyone state the three states of matter? Okay, the three states of matter are solid, liquid, and gas. So, I am very happy that you are all remembered our previous lesson. So, now, let's give everyone a round of applause. Dear pupils, are you familiar with these pictures? Okay, great. Can any one of you name those parts? Okay, good job. So, the parts of the body that you see in the pictures are tongue, ear, eyes, nose, and hands. Do you always use those body parts? Okay, so are those body parts important? Okay, thank you for your answer. So, let us first do an activity before we start our lesson. So, get your activity sheets number 1. And it is namely, identify me. So, for the direction, draw a line to match the body parts to its name. Identify and encircle the words that you think are sense organs. So, are you ready, class? Is there any clarification about your first activity? Anyone? Okay, so you may now start answering it. I think you are finished answering your activity. And I am sure that you did all your best. We will check this activity after the discussion. Is it okay to you, class? Okay, thank you. You may now have an idea about the topic that we will discuss today. But let us first watch the video, and after this, I will ask you several questions. Are you ready, class? Okay, so watch carefully. So now, what was the video all about? Can anyone new wants to share? Okay, thank you. So, what are the 5 senses? The 5 senses are taste, sight, smell, touch, and hear. So now, what are the 5 sensory organs? Okay, correct. The 5 sensory organs are tongue, eyes, nose, skin, and ears. So, let us continue to discover the 5 senses and sensory organs. Let's find out and identify the different sense organs of the human body and describe their function. Your eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and skin are important parts of our body. These parts are called sense organs. An organ is a part of your body that does a specific function and work. There are many organs in our body. Your sense organs are the only some of these. The sense organs are your body's windows. Through your sense organs, you come to know what is happening about your body. Each sense organs has a function or work. So again, class, what is the parts of your body that does a specific function or work? Okay, correct. It is an organ. So, for the first sense organs, cover your eyes. Can you see anything? Okay, so class, our eyes are used for seeing. We see with our eyes. So our eyes help us to see. It has different parts that works together so we can see things around us. The cornea is like a clear glass that covers the front of the eye. The iris is the colored part of the eye. It lets just the right amount of light enter the eye. At the center of the eye, iris is the pupil. The pupil is a circular hole where lights enter. Next to the pupil is the lens. The lens focuses the image we can see on our retina located at the back of our eye. The retina is like a screen where the image of the object seen is focused. The optic nerve connected to the eye sends the message to the brain and tell about the image we see. So again, class, what organ help us see? Okay, correct, our eyes. Eyes are used for what? Okay, right. The eyes are the organ that is responsible for our sight. So what are the main parts of our eye? So again, the main parts of our eyes are cornea, iris, pupil, lens, retina, and optic nerve. So next, can you hear when you cover our ears? Can you anyone hear? Okay. Our ears are used for hearing. We hear with our ears. So, our ears help us to hear sounds. It has different parts that work together so we can hear sounds. The outside of the ear is called pinna. This is the part where you can see where the girl's earring is pierced. The pinna collects sounds and directs it into the ear canal. The ear canal is like a tube where earwax is formed. The ear canal directs the sounds into the eardrum located at the end. The eardrum is like a thin piece of skin stretched tight like a drum. When sounds reach the eardrum, it shakes and or vibrates. There are three small bones connected behind the eardrum. These bones are called hammer, anvil, and stirrup. When the eardrum vibrates, these three bones that are connected one after another also vibrates. The cochlea detects the vibration. The cochlea is the snail-like part which is filled with liquid. When the liquid inside the cochlea vibrates, it sends messages to our brain through the auditory nerve to tell us about the sounds we hear. So again, class, what organs help us to hear? Okay, correct. Ears are used for what? Right, our ears help us to hear sound. So, what parts of the ear are like thin piece of skin stretched tight like a drum? Okay, correct, it is an eardrum. So for the third sense organ, what help you smell things? So right, it is our nose. So nose is used for smelling. We smell with our nose. Our nose helps us to smell things around us. We use it to breathe. The nose is made up of nostrils, nasal cavity, and nerves. The nostrils are the two holes of the nose. Inside the nostrils are hairs that keep dust out from the nose. When you inhale, air enters the nostrils and passes through the nasal passages and into the nasal cavity. The nasal cavity is the space behind your nose. In the middle of your face, its walls are wet, warm, and covered with mucus, a sticky liquid. Mucus trap dust, dirt, or germs which entered the nostrils and were not filtered by the nose hairs. Inside the nasal cavity are nerves that pick up the scent carried by air. The nerves in the nasal cavity sends messages to the brain which interprets what we were smelled. So class, again, what is the function of our nose? Right, our nose is used for smelling. So what do we call to the two holes of our nose? So right, it is called nostrils. On the other hand, how do you know that sugar are sweet? Right, our tongue is used for tasting. We taste with our tongue. So, the tongue is the sense organs that help us taste all things we place inside our mouth. It has taste buds embedded in it. The taste of the food passes through the bounds of the tongue, the taste buds, the nerve endings. The nerves send messages to the brain which interprets the taste of the food. So again, class, what is the main function of our tongue? So right, the main function of our tongue is for tasting. For the fifth sense organs, what helps you feel cold? Okay, right, so our skin is used for touching and feeling. We touch and feel with our skin. The skin is the outer covering of our body. It protects the body from losing too much water, injuries, and infection. It helps maintain body temperature and help us sense our movements. The skin consists of two layers. The epidermis is the outer layer of the skin on the surface on which the skin cells are found. This is the part that we can see and touch. The dermis is the inner layer of the skin, which contains blood vessels, nerves, sweat glands, and oil glands. So again, class, what is the sense organs used for touching and feeling? Okay, right, it is the skin. What are the two main parts of the skin? Right, it is the epidermis and dermis. So now, who can state the 5 sensory organs of our body? Okay, correct. Now that we know the 5 sensory organs, let's go back to our motivational activity and do you in circles the correct words? So let us see. So it is good that some of you got the correct answer, and for the others, you still do a good job. Now, everyone knows the 5 sensory organs and its function. Now, let's identify the following practices, whether it is good or bad for our sense organs. So here are some of the practices. So first, wash the eyes with clean and fresh water every day. So it is good or bad? Okay, so next, clean the nose with sharp and pointed objects. Does it good or bad? Okay, the next is avoid direct sunlight on the skin. So it is good or bad? Next is clean your tongue regularly with smooth cleaner. So is it good or bad? The next is listening to loud music for a long period of time. So is it a good habit or a bad habit? And for the last, blowing the nose too hard. So it is good or bad? So now, who wants to share your idea on the correct practices of 5 sense organs? Can anyone share your idea? Okay, great. We must practice healthy habits to keep us free from diseases by keeping them clean all the time, eating a balanced and nutritious diet, and doing the proper health habits. So now for a group activity, each group will be assigned 1 sensory organs to be illustrated and an additional activity. So for group 1, eyes and label its parts. So for group 2, ears and ways of taking care of it. Group 3, nose and label its parts. Number 4, tongue and ways of taking care. And group number 5, skin and its function. Class, you will be divided into 5 groups. So each group will accomplish each task, and you will send your output in our group chat. So now for the individual task, identification. So for the direction, identify the sense organ that is being described in each statement. Do this in your own notebook. And for our assignment, direction. Paste a picture that shows healthy habit in taking care of the sense organ. Identify and describe the ways on how the picture teaches us to protect them. Write this in 2 to 3 sentences in your notebook. Okay class, are we clear with the instructions? Okay, I hope you will do your best in doing our task. Okay, thank you class for joining in our today's class. I hope you've learned a lot in our today's lesson. So now, goodbye class and stay safe.